Investing and making money on stocks is practically an inalienable right. The founding fathers knew it, and you need to know how stocks can work for you. But there are some out there that want to make it too complicated to learn about stocks. In this video, I'll give you a step-by-step to how to learn about stocks, including the best resources and a quick checklist to get started fast. We're talking learning how to invest in stocks today on Let's Talk Money. Hey Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue here with the Let's Talk Money channel, and I want to send a special shout out to all you out there in the nation. Thank you for spending a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. There is no better opportunity to make your money work for you than investing in stocks. No other investment is as accessible or has the power to reach your dreams. But so often, just learning about investing seems overly complicated. From economic cycles to valuations and which stocks to pick, trying to understand all of it can seem like a full-time job. And there's a reason for that. Nation, the way the media and investing analysis works is on an advertising model. The stock pickers and the analysts need you to keep coming back so they can sell more products and more advertising. The best way to do this is to make stocks as complicated as possible, make you dependent on them for your investing ideas. So in this video, I want to break that dependency, show you how to learn about stocks. I'll share the books, websites, and the YouTube channels you can use to learn investing. This is going to be a complete resource list, all absolutely free, that you can use whether you're a stock market beginner or an experienced trader. Stick around though, because towards the end of the video, I'll also be revealing a 3-step quick start checklist so you can get started investing while you learn. I'll also add a clickable index in the video description below if you want to jump around to the different sections, as well as some other stock market for beginners videos, so check those out. And we're going to start here with the decidedly unfun question of what type of investor do you want to be? I know everyone wants to jump right in and learn about stocks, how to pick stocks, and how to make that money. But there are different roads to investing in stocks, and going down the wrong one is almost worse than not getting started at all. For example, if you're that type of long-term investor that just wants a lower risk and simpler strategy, trading stocks is just going to leave you stressed out and eventually broke. On the other hand, if you're more that type that wants to analyze and pick stocks, then trying to force yourself into that simpler, slower strategy is going to leave you frustrated to the point that you just quit investing. So the first thing is to decide whether you want to learn about that long-term investing in stocks or do you want to trade stocks more frequently? Are you an analytical person that enjoys crunching the numbers and researching stocks? Do you want that simpler, stress-free strategy, or do you want to try to make those higher returns? And while we talk a lot about analyzing and picking stocks here on the channel, there's nothing wrong with just wanting that average market return and that stress-free strategy. In fact, a lot of times that's going to beat the return on the stock picker's portfolio because you just have less decisions to make. So if you just want that simpler strategy, you're best off investing in maybe a few exchange-traded funds or ETFs, and I'll share some resources to learn about that. If, on the other hand, you want that higher return potential and the higher risk with picking individual stocks, I'm going to show you other resources for doing that as well. But before we get to those resources to learn about stocks, I want to get a feel for where everyone is at in the community. So after thinking about it, scroll down and let me know in the comments below, what type of investor are you? Do you want that longer term strategy for investing or the shorter term stock picks? Now, I want to share with you the best resources in books, websites, and YouTube channels to learn about investing. And I know this isn't what you usually get when you search on YouTube. I'm not going to try to teach you everything you need to know about stocks in 10 minutes because, well, it's just not going to happen. You cannot learn everything you need to know about investing in one video. Instead, with these resources and the tips that I'll share with each, you'll have the direction you need to start investing the right way. And let's get started with the best books to learn about stocks, because these are by far the best ways to start investing for beginners. New investors spend thousands of dollars on courses and hours scrolling websites when they could get a start-to-finish guide on everything they need to know for less than 20 bucks usually. For those of you that just want a simple, stress-free investing strategy, John Bogle's Little Book of Common Sense Investing is by far the most honest and straightforward investing guide you'll ever read. Bogle founded the Vanguard Group and popularized the hands-off 3-fund portfolio where you get all your investing needs in just a few exchange-traded funds. In the book, he shows you why trying to beat the market is really just a losing game and how investing broadly in just a few index funds are going to make more money in the long run. In fact, the book makes investing so simple you may never watch another investing video again. And as much as I'd love to see you here in the community, if you want that simplest and least stressful investing strategy you can find, you'll find it in this book. So I'll leave a link to that in the video description below. For those of you that want to pick stocks and go deeper into investing and analysis, One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch is the stock investor's Bible. Now, there are some investors, even famous ones like John Bogle, that say you cannot beat the market. For those people, I say Peter Lynch. Lynch managed the Fidelity Magellan Fund for 13 years to 1990, producing an annualized return of 29.2% over the period, nearly triple the annual return on the stock market. In fact, a $10,000 investment at the start of Lynch's tenure would have grown to over $280,000 at the end of 13 years, versus a return of just $66,000 invested broadly in the stock market. So if there is anyone that can teach you how to pick stocks, it's Peter Lynch. He starts by showing you the difference between gambling and stock picking and how to pick great companies instead of trying to time the market. The rest of the book is really a step-by-step to analyzing stocks and the closest you're going to get to a professional stock picker this side of Wall Street. And those of you in the nation are going to recognize a lot of what Lynch says in the book because apart from the CFA curriculum, I learned more from this book than any other resource. And that's actually the last book I'll recommend before we look at those investing websites for beginners. For those of you that want to go even further into picking stocks than Lynch's book, pick up a copy of the Level 1 books to the Chartered Financial Analyst designation. And this is actually more of a challenge than anything because the curriculum here is a monster that turns men into scared 5-year-olds. The CFA is a professional designation for equity analysts, a 3-year study program that covers everything you need to know to work on Wall Street. The first level is 6 books, nearly 8,000 pages, covering economics, financial reporting analysis, corporate finance, stock valuation, fixed income, alternative investments, and mathematical analysis. Now, honestly though, instead of buying these, you can usually go to the library and find some of the older editions to save yourself the money. But for those of you hardcore investors that happen to be a little masochistic as well, these are going to do the trick. For those of you cheapskates like myself that want a free website, you can find some of the best investing advice you'll ever get right here online. So, is it too shameless to plug my own blog first? My Stock Market Basics is the investing blog I actually started 2 years before this channel, bringing everything I learned as an equity analyst to help Main Street investors. I post all the videos on the blog as well as additional content, giving you all the essentials of investing you need without all the hype and the false hope you get on the media. Now that's mystockmarketbasics.com. Next here, check out moneyqa.com, run by a friend of mine, Hank Coleman. Hank's site is a little more geared towards personal finance, but is also going to help make sure your money is ready for investing. Hank, or Lieutenant Colonel Coleman for all you Houyas out there, can take you all the way from savings to retirement planning, insurance, and investing, so it's one of those rare all-in-one blogs that actually does a good job of it. Hank's investing style is a lot like Warren Buffett's and Peter Lynch's, and invest in what you know. On the blog, you're going to find some great guides on how to invest in what you know and those long-term ideas. Last website here before we get to those investing channels here on YouTube and that 3-step checklist to get started investing. And this one's from another old friend of mine, The College Investor. And despite the name, The College Investor has something for everyone, from younger investors as well as old farts like myself. Robert takes a realistic and straightforward approach to investing and encourages new investors to remember that while all the options and the tools and strategies can seem overwhelming at first, the number one driver to investing isn't what you invest in really, but how much you invest. Now, besides how to invest, the site's also going to help you figure out how to manage your money to invest more each and every month. One last shameless plug here before I share those 2 investing channels here on YouTube. I want to personally invite you to get the Daily Bowtie, my daily market newsletter sharing the most important news, strategies, and tips straight to your inbox. It's totally free, just something I like to do for all you out there in the nation. So look for that free sign-up link in the video description below. Now, Marco over at Whiteboard Finance runs a great channel with videos on stocks, personal finance, and real estate investing. And like the name says, he's got a helpful instructional style showing you everything you want to know in an easy to understand analysis. Now, for those of you that want more stock trading and technical analysis, Thomas Carvo has some excellent videos on stock analysis. Thomas takes you deep into the technical analysis for stock market strategies and explains everything so anyone can understand it. His advice to new investors: remember, the stock market does not have feelings, doesn't have a memory in fact. Focus on removing your emotions, invest or trade based purely on your analysis, and you will be successful. So you've got those resources to learn about stocks. Now I want to reveal that 3-step quick start checklist to get you started investing. And now I want to make this as simple as possible because the idea here is just to get you started investing, get your money started working for you while you learn about stocks. Because nation, time is every investor's superpower. This chart shows how much investing just $150 a month grows to when started at different ages. Even on something as small as $150 a month, you can retire a millionaire if you get started and give yourself enough time. Nation, I have seen too many people wait to start investing. They want to learn about stocks, learn everything they can before getting started, and the sad truth is that many of them never end up investing, or it's years after when they could have started. So first here is just to open an investing account, and this is going to take all of about 5 minutes or less. In fact, it'll probably take me longer to explain some of these investing apps and which is better for you than it's going to take to actually open your own account. I'll leave links to each of these in the video description below. For those of you that want a simple investing strategy that's easy to manage, I like M1 Finance for its automated investing tool and easy fractional share investing. With M1, you pick the funds or the stocks in your portfolio, tell the platform how much you want in each, and it's going to automatically invest your money across each investment every time you have the cash in there. Now for that stock trading and the deep research that I need for analysis, I have an account on Webull as well. Besides an easy mobile app for investing, I love the stock simulator here, which gives you $1 million to paper trade stocks. Test out your ideas and your strategies before investing your own money. My oldest account and where I have my retirement investments is on E-Trade, a great platform for research and different types of investments, including stocks, bonds, and futures trading. After you've got your investment account open, it's time to put something in it. So here you're going to decide how much you can set aside each and every month. Now again, this can be as little as $50 a month. The important point here is to commit to start getting started and get that first month's savings into your account. Once you've funded your account and committed to putting just something in it every single month, it's time to put that money to work. And before you decide exactly what stocks you want to buy or how you want to invest, you can start investing in a simple 3-fund portfolio. This gets your money working for you in a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds while you figure out that long-term investing strategy. First here is the SPDR S&P 500 High Dividend ETF, ticker SPYD. This fund pays a 4.7% dividend yield, more than twice the average yield on the stock market, and has produced nearly a 10% annual return, which means you're getting that high dividend yield as well as price appreciation on top. With the SPYD, you get exposure to more than 78 stocks of large dividend-paying companies, and it's all spread across sectors for that safety and diversification. Now, to give your portfolio a little more growth, add the Vanguard Growth ETF, ticker VUG, a fund of 276 large growth stocks like Apple, Amazon, and Tesla, producing a 45% return just over the last year. Third here, I also want to add one bond fund just for safety against a stock market crash. So investing in the SPDR High Yield Bond ETF, that's ticker JNK. The name can be a little misleading here. Bonds rated below BBB are called non-investment grade or junk bonds. Now, they are higher risk than investment grade bonds, but the default rate on these is still 2.2%. So still very much that safety investment, safer than stocks, and a great dividend yield of 4.9%. The fund holds over 1,000 bonds and is well diversified across sectors. So even though these are lower rated bonds, you've still got that safety of being spread across the economy. So until you feel comfortable investing in individual stocks or just adding some other ETFs, invest your money in these 3. That's going to give you a strong start to a portfolio of stocks and bonds and get your money started working for you while you learn about stocks. Click on the video to the right for the dividend stocks that pay my rent. 7 monthly dividend stocks for constant cash flow. Don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification.